Honestly, we're gonna be making another Elvis film. Entitled Priscilla. Alright, translation for this video, we're going to be reviewing another Elvis film entitled Priscilla.
Hi, what's your name?
Priscilla Boyer.
It was super outside of my radar. Hindi ko alam na may ganitong movie in the first place until I saw it was available on Philippine cinema, like in Click the City. Sabi ko, oh, so may ganitong klaseng film. Watch the teaser, watch the trailer, did my research about it, and it's actually a very interesting story. Given that it's another Elvis film, we just got one, I think, a couple of years back, like maybe just 2 years ago, which was the Baz Luhrmann, Elvis Presley centric Austin Butler kind of film. This one is actually very different. Obviously, it is entitled Priscilla, that follows the life of Priscilla Presley. It's not necessarily centered on Elvis entirely, but the relationship of Elvis and Priscilla, the ups and downs of their marriage as well. So that in itself is an interesting way to pave a different story. It's a different side of the story, which is actually very interesting to see. This is actually produced by Priscilla Presley herself, so we're getting, in my opinion, a mix of it's accurate because it's coming from a first point of view, if you will, of Priscilla. It's also based on a book, I think, written by her. At the same time, this is a film that I feel you have to understand this is the point of view of Priscilla. Again, it may be that version, basically, that side of the story that we're getting primarily. Okay, so this film is directed by Sofia Coppola. So we're actually getting a very seasoned director this time around. So that's actually very interesting to see. It's a heavier dose of the Presley story. Bigger, darker themes than Elvis. And that one, it was more colorful. It was more focused on Presley's career and his relationship with his manager. And this time around, we're getting the marriage right smack in the middle. And there's a lot of things you can actually learn from this. There are actually a lot of things that I realized about Elvis and Priscilla in this particular film, which is actually very eye-opening in my opinion. Like their whole marriage, relationship. Again, this is darker in themes and a bit heavier. There's a lot more looking into the drug abuse and a lot more about anger issues and the physicality and whatnot. But it's also a lot more artistic in my opinion. There is that indie, laid-back vibes to it. And I think it really paves the way for creating something creative, like nice cinematic experience. Like you have cool cinematic shots. Although Elvis was also in that, but that was more on the grandeur. This is a more restrained, more intimate, if you will, and it allows the story therefore to really take center stage. The shots, the varieties of the kinds of shots and the angles and things that they're doing. There's even play on old school film techniques and old film styles, if you will, in terms of the editing. That was really nice and complementary to the story. Again, that allows the story to really take center stage and you watch everything unfold from there on. I love particularly the acting of the woman here, the girl who played Priscilla. Looking at the cast listing, there was not even a single name in my opinion or in my perspective that stood out. And I know Priscilla herself, the actress who played Priscilla, is new to the game, but then she proved how well she can manage the role. One of the things I have to note, however, is Elvis. Elvis here, he looks like Elvis. I think he looks more like Elvis than Austin Butler. One thing lang na you have to, level your expectations with, there's some scenes, or there are a lot of scenes that are inaudible. He's much more mature than her age.
I couldn't fully understand what he was saying. Now, I understand Elvis does have what I was kind of mimicking in the first part of this video, that southern drawl, kind of not moving much of the lips kind of thing. That's evident also in his music, right? But one thing that does make it a bit distracting is how inaudible it is at certain moments. You just have to level that and you're good to go. The pacing, it's not necessarily slow. You also have to follow with the time jumps, oh, we're already here. Oh, matanda na yung anak niya. Oh, buntis na pala siya. Oh, this happened and so on. So it's kind of like that. There are moments it does slow down. It is a slow film, although it is 1 hour and like 40 or 50-minute long film. So it's not really in that 2-hour mark, and you don't necessarily feel the length, but there are moments that it does become a bit too slow. I actually like this film. It's a good movie to start off the year 2024. It is a blast of a movie. It is a bit more indie in terms of the feels. I give this a score of 8 out of 10. It's a solid offering, especially if you're looking for a biopic drama. Almost, in my opinion, same levels as Spencer. This is actually one of my go-to films that I loved. That is a biopic, and that's one that I keep referring to if you've seen my previous videos. And medyo malapit na to in terms of that atmosphere, the tonality, the vibes of it. That's pretty much it for this video. Continue to follow, like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're up to date whenever I drop a video here on the channel. Don't forget to make every day into an adventure. God bless, guys, and peace.